Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you are new here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So today I'm reacting to Democrats fly to other country to keep criminal in America. So guys, please stay tuned and let's enjoy the wonderful video together.
Joe Biden may be gone, but his so-called Inflation Reduction Act is still here, making life worse for the American people. President Trump has inherited a disaster from Joe Biden. Biden raided hundreds of billions of dollars from Medicare and used it to fund things like green energy giveaways. We've been covering that on our show. And what did Americans get? We just got stuck with the bill. But one of the most devastating aspects of Biden's Inflation Reduction Act is a hidden provision known as the Biden pill penalty, a policy that's gutted funding for the development of potential life-saving medicines. In just the last 3 years, investments plummeted, forcing researchers to abandon potential breakthroughs for cancer, Alzheimer's, and other deadly diseases. Promising drugs that could have extended lives and even led to cures are now on the chopping block. It goes after basic incentives. So what does that mean for you? It means potentially fewer cures and higher costs. The good news is that President Trump is back and Republicans control Congress. Call them today and urge Congress to eliminate the Biden pill penalty before more potential cures are lost. So what does it take to get a Democrat on a plane? By the way, Bitcoin.com, check it out, brought to you by Bitcoin.com. What does it take to get a Democrat on a plane? Do you know that there's still American citizens being held hostage by Hamas? That's a lesser reported element, that there are American citizens that are still being held hostage by Hamas. It's a real thing, that American passport holders, American citizens. And I do think that is a lesser appreciated element of the entire Hamas situation, is that when Americans are held hostage, that certainly is noteworthy. So this is a Democrat senator from Maryland. Van Hollen is his name. What gets him worked up? Well, Van Hollen, because he's held captive by the lunatic wing of the Democrat Party, in order for him to get on a plane, he wants to make sure that an MS-13 member can come back to the interior of the United States. Van Hollen is boarding a plane to San Salvador. He's going to El Salvador to talk to the government of El Salvador, advocating, encouraging, and requesting the return of an MS-13 member back to the United States. He wants him back. This guy is willing to go fight so that the worst of the worst can actually come back to the United States. Kilmar Abrego Garcia. This is 213. This is your Democrat Party. They will fight. They will fly hours on a plane to a foreign nation, not to go try to get hostages returned from Hamas. No, instead, they will fight to try to return a non-American, an illegal. This is not a U.S. citizen. This is not a permanent green card holder. This is an illegal who in previous court filings has said that he's afraid to go back to El Salvador because another gang was going to kill him. That's something a gang member would say. But hey, Democrats are willing to get in the arena. They're willing to fight, not for you, but for foreign El Salvadorian MS-13 gang members. That's what gets them fired up. Play cut 213.
I'm here at the airport. I'm about to board my flight for San Salvador. The goal of this mission is to let the Trump administration, to let the government of El Salvador know that we are going to keep fighting to bring Abrego Garcia home until he returns to his family. I hope to meet with representatives of the government. I hope to have the chance to actually see Kilmar and see what his condition is. But we are going to keep fighting because this is a miscarriage of justice. The Supreme Court has ruled 9-0, that he was illegally taken out of the country and put in a prison in El Salvador. And this is about due process. This is about rule of law. What bullies do is they begin by picking on the most vulnerable. But if we get rid of the rule of law and due process in the United States, it's a short road from there to tyranny.
Okay, time out. Why is it that the Democrat Party seems to be filled with these like 65-year-old men that walk around in cargo shorts and New Balance sneakers and that are like slightly effeminate in their approach? Is that like that's like the new caricature? It's like the Tim Waltz, Van Hollen beta energy. No, let's just be clear. The illegal act was not by the U.S. government. The illegal act was when he came into our country. Van Hollen, this guy who thinks that jogging once a year is a fitness plan, that's the type of guy that he is. He never tweeted once about Rachel Morin. Not once. A Maryland mother and an actual constituent of Chris Van Hollen, who was killed by another violent illegal. Remember the first commandment of the left. We should do an entire show of the 10 commandments of the left. The first commandment is very important. Thou shalt have open borders. They would like this Maryland dad a lot less if he were a U.S. citizen, if he weren't a gang member, if he wasn't a person who obviously should be here. Did you know the wife of the deported MS-13 gangbanger dad, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, petitioned for a domestic violence protective order against him in 2021? Looks like the Maryland father also liked to beat up his Maryland wife. This is the person that Van Hollen is getting on a plane to go fight for. This is the type of individual that he feels is worthy of his advocacy, not American citizens, not U.S. passport holders, not members of our nation, but foreigners who broke in, committed crimes, part of MS-13, and he could not be even bothered to tweet or mention the name of Rachel Morin. That is the Democrat Party. Foreign gangbangers first and America's last.
Ooh, this is so sad. Like, how can you be a gang member and also trying to get freedom because your gang member are also waiting for you in America? Like, this is incredible. Like, I'm so shocked about what is really going on. I'm shocked. Like, it's not good. It's not good. Like, the way they are forcing to go and release that man in prison, saying that they have to release him. Like, it's not good. And I'm happy that Charlie Kirk, this show is trying to expose everything. And I pray that Donald Trump should look into this matter, to look into it and be able to see what he can do about it, because coming to the country to make crisis or able to make the country bad, that is not a good job, that isn't a good perspective. And I feel that we should look into this, because it's better we handle this situation right now than leaving it to get out of hand. So I'm so happy the way Charlie Kirk was able to expose what is really going on. And guys, please comment below on how you feel about this video. Comment below, like this video, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel and get Fashion Store. Fashion makes sense.